Shalom. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Karkadash. Also want to give double honors unto the apostles and bishops and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutation unto the elect of Yasharallah, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the hopeful elect, which are the Akim out there enduring His truth across the four corners of the earth, preaching and teaching and prophesying through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in truth and sincerity, as well as the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nations but are of the nation of Israel and their father's side by blood. And got the brother Kawashab here with me. He's also part of GMS Nebraska. And just hitting the button real quick, this is a title we came up with probably like a couple weeks back. And as you can see within the title, when shit hit the fan, she gonna need a man, you know? And that's just with everything coming down the pipeline, with prophecies coming to pass. A lot of people are starting to realize, I can't even really say feel yet. They're starting to realize, like, this ain't the world that they once grew up in, as well as post-CVID era. Things have just constantly went downhill. Matter of fact, can you get that precept about the house of mirth?
Mm-hmm. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning.
Yeah, your heart is what your mind. So the heart of the wise is in the house of the mourning because of the abominations that be done in the city thereof. All right, the sighing and crying, going into Ezekiel the 9th chapter. Okay, go ahead.
But the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
Yeah, but the heart of fools is in the house of the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. That's where their mind is at. That's what they're dwelling on. That's what they're looking forward to and taking pleasure in. Well, taking pleasure in general. All right, but through the Spirit, the heart of the wise, we're looking to get out of here. Okay, we're looking forward to the prophecies coming to pass, and we understand through the Spirit of Yahweh Shemau Shai that that's going to come with a lot of pain, a lot of tears. All right, famine, death, destruction, violence. All right, this is all prophecies of the scriptures of the last days and the end times. Okay, and we are in those end times. All right, that's why you see food going up, the cost of living in general going up. Gas is going up. Housing. What it said, the debt, the U.S. debt just hit $40 trillion. And when you go and when it was breaking it down between the two different terms of each of the last two presidents, i.e. Biden and Trump, a lot of it was them printing off money to get America out of a jam. The first time was the CVID situation. They gave out them stimulus checks. Then you had Biden. I forget what it said about Biden. But dang, I forget the last two situations. But nonetheless, now they doing the same with funding this war. All right. All in all, while Americans are being taxed and their money and part of their money is going towards the JOOs over there, man. The same people that own majority of the world, but we're still paying them year after year after year, man. All right. So this is just all part of judgment. All right. Is feeling that heat, so to speak. But everybody's not going to be able to endure the heat, man. All right. Everybody's not going to be able to do so. So our mindset is supposed to be getting out of here, being in the house of mourning for us not being in our land, for us being in the conditions that we're in as a nation. All right, we do have things to be excited about. The name of the Lord, the gospel. That's what keeps us going. That's what it says. Knowledge, wisdom, and knowledge shall be the stability in nice times. All right. I mean, you go into stability, it goes back to Amawan, which is faith. So that's what we have faith in. That's our foundation. Is this knowledge and this wisdom that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has given us. So when we see these things, we just we keep trusting in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and moving forward, man. All right, we looking forward to the crash of the dollar. We're looking forward to the mandating the MOTB. We're looking forward to there being a famine throughout the land. You know, when we see buildings closed down and fast food restaurant chains closed down, you know, hey, you know, good. You know,
Hey, it's just like the blackouts that's going on in Gary, and I just heard about one in Arizona. It's like,
mm-hmm.
okay, hey, this may be the start of the prophecy going to that next level.
Yeah, yep. Because what's going down in Gary as well is hearing from the people mouths is the power is out, and so-called they came to start putting the power back on, and somebody shot at the power company. It's like, why we ain't had power in days? Why would we shoot at the power company?
Right.
And when y'all are the solution
Mm-hmm.
to us getting out of this jam, I don't think that's. I was speaking with an elder brother. I don't think people are that barbaric
Right.
yet, at least.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, they there's nobody like when they start starving, that's when people are gonna go
Yeah.
breaking down doors and shit like that.
Yep, because a lot of them people there, they're still certain things are still functionable. Certain gas stations, even food being in their house, they can go and cook. You know, they can go and cook the food. All right, but they can grill it. What I mean,
Yeah.
but once the once it increases and food start to get low, and it might not be just now. All right, they could get power back going, and they all right, but trust and believe. Everybody that's down there that's being affected by this is going is going to linger with them, because no matter how many smiles they have and laughs and giggles they get, they're still going to remember when they went multiple weeks without any power, what they had to do. So when another situation comes, they might be a little stronger mentally, but that situation is going to be more intensified because it's just going to be another step closer to the end. All right. So, and the main thing is the women. You know, like women are protected. Like we always say, we're not a he man woman hating club. All right, we just through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai have understanding of the woman, of women. Okay, and when it comes to how they are in these present days, being proud, being masculine, so-called independent, being loud, clamorous, as the scriptures speak about, and being disrespectful. Okay, just like this clip we're going to show here, you know, fair use to, you know, the owner of it. But it shows you they'll disrespect you. And in the same sense, they'll tell you you're supposed to protect them. You know, I'm not if I have a dog and I got a fence around my house and this dog keeps getting out of that fence and I gotta go keep finding the dog, I'm not about to keep finding the dog. Mm-hmm. After a while, yeah. Hey, look, this is the last time. If you get out, you stay out. You know, but this dog just constantly jumps the fence and finds a way out, then leave. That's what it is, and that's how women are. You know, hey, not comparing them to dogs, but that's how they act.
Hey, through the spirit, the scripture says a shameless woman
exactly
shall be counted as a
shall
dog.
be counted as a dog. You know, all right, and a lot of our women are shameless. They walk around half naked. Don't want you to even comment on their nakedness. Mm-hmm. You can't. Go ahead.
You got. You know, a woman damn near showing every curve in her body, but you're supposed to act like you're just looking at the sky or something. Like
I'm a whole man.
I'm a whole man.
Full of testosterone and libido.
Right.
And you walking around half naked.
Don't make sense.
And that's the thing when those type of women, They ain't gonna have no man in those days because they done ran off any man. They done ran into good men, but they wanted to control him. They didn't want to be controlled. They didn't want to submit. So that it goes right into how, because another video we was watching is how men are starting to realize, which we're deep into that now, where men, it really heightened with the passport bros. They stopped dealing with the westernized women. They would go to these other countries and get treated how these women are about to tell this man. So let me play, unless you had something. Okay, I'm going to play this clip then.
You're supposed to protect black women. You just picked us up from the hospital. This is not anything about protecting or not protecting. You get in, you start cussing, and I say, ladies, please, language, please. And you say,
look at that. Like, see, they'll try to paint the narrative. You're supposed to protect us, so we get to disrespect you because you're not protecting us. He said, this ain't got nothing to do with that. It got something to do. I'm saying something to you because of your language. I'm picking you up and I'm asking you to watch your language in my car. Because that's his car. That's his bubble. That's his energy. That's his space, man. So you're entering to his space, whatever you're going through. And it's just out of respect. It's the same with work. Like when I go to work, if I'm having problems at the crib or outside of work, I don't try to bring those problems to work because it's just never going to work out. Ain't nobody at that job did anything to me, so why am I going to take them a new problem? And that's what people do. They take their problems and put it on the world and expect the world to bow down to them and their problems. No, it doesn't work like that. You work your own shit out, and when you go out into the world, so to speak, all right, when you at your job site or you out in public, you keep that shit at home. You figure that shit out. You know, don't bring no stank ass attitude around me because you whatever. You know, your check didn't come or whatever. You know,
it's like the scripture says, because you'll see this in a relationship too. Like you got off a rough shift at work to go home to argue with your wife, or she wants to argue with you. You know, when she's supposed to be that pillar of rest, and not a pillar of stress.
Ooh.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. Simple as that. So like he said, this ain't got nothing to do with that. I just told you to watch your mouth. And what was her immediate response? We grown.
Right.
Absolutely. No, you're an adult. There's a difference between an adult and being grown. I'm going to look it up just real quick. It says, while adult is a legal and biological term based on age, grown up describes a state of emotional maturity and responsibility. Anyone can be an adult by default, meaning the longer you live, you have no point but to age. Nobody's living like Benjamin Button around here, where you're starting at an old man and decreasing to a baby. No, you start out as a baby and then you get older each year that you're on this earth, all right, by default, because you have no choice but to age. But being a grown up is a conscious choice, a continuous choice to act wisely. Meaning, when you're in certain situations, you have to be a grown up. If the cops pull you over, you can't sit here and say, well, I'm grown, I can do whatever I want. No. Part of being grown up is controlling your emotions and being responsible. So when you going through shit, it's you controlling your emotions and being responsible not to put that energy on someone else who has nothing to do with the reason why you pissed off. Exactly. That's part of being a grown up.
God, I got a preset.
A lot of people say that they're grown when they really just need to say, I'm an adult. Go ahead, brother.
It's just Job 39:17, because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
Yeah, so you can explain this to one of them, to some of them, and they ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna understand it. They not gonna care about it because the Lord hasn't imparted them with wisdom. All they gonna sit here is find a reason why they're right and an excuse to continue to do what they're doing. That's majority of women in this society that we deal with on this Western Hemisphere, and it's spreading throughout the rest of the world in a sense, because it's part of being Americanized. It's part of that whore spreading her philosophies and her democracy throughout the world. So a lot of these other women are tagging on to the ways of this Western society. Or they come from the Eastern hemisphere and they come over here and they adapt. And like, damn, they kind of free. They get to kind of do what they want, over here.
Yeah.
But even some of them women be Israelites, just looking like the other nations. But nonetheless, they came from a culture and a society, and now they're into this American culture and society, and they just adapt to it so easily because you get to be free, and it gives them power, false power, right? False hope that you can do whatever a man can do and better than a man can do and however a man can do whatever it is. Well, when this society breaks down, men are going to be men and women are going to be women. It's as simple as that. There was a reason why even, the when they would go in to the native lands that they would wait until the men were out hunting. Because it's less stress. Because it's just the women and the children there. Now it's some coward shit, but they understood enough. If the men ain't there, then this would be easy taken, So even within that, that's why throughout history, they've broken up the Israelite homes, all right? They've gotten the man out of the household one way or another. So now the mother feels independent, even though she's dependent upon the state, So I'm going to play the rest of this clip, and then we're going to get into some scripts.
Talking about don't cuss. I am so talking about don't cuss. I am so sick. Ladies, please. Language, please. And grown women. Talking about don't cuss. I am so sick and tired.
Like, as you can see in the caption, where she captioned, this is her taking a video talking about traffic fatigue. You're catching a ride from him.
Mm-hmm.
If you was in your own car, you can cuss as much as you want. Why you ain't in your own shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's grown.
Yeah, you grown. If you grown, you need to have your own.
Right.
But you catching an Uber from him. He's at work, grinding it out, hustling, getting his money, most likely for his family. All right? If not his family, at least himself. He's been grown right now. He's grown. You not. And if you got a problem, get your ass out. It says, y'all, this Uber ride after I got out of the hospital was something else. Why? Because you don't want to be respectful. Because you don't want to control your mouth. You into this. You into his habitat, his area, so to speak, man. Bringing negativity because you don't want to pipe down. Just shut up sometime. It's easy. You take your top lip and let it touch your bottom lip, and don't let them separate.
Yeah. Hey, it's like Kevin Samuels used to tell a lot of the women on his podcast. He said he would interrupt them because they just keep going on and on. He'd be like, "Stop. Listen to understand, not to respond."
Exactly.
Yep.
Men.
Now I'm about to keep cussing.
Look at that. She said, I'm tired of fucking men.
Mm.
Now I'm about to keep cussing. Well, if you tired of them, get out. Get away from them.
Right.
Leave that ride right now. Get out of there. Start walking.
Yeah. Like they forgot, men keep society running.
Simple as that.
But they blinded by the smoke and mirrors of Esau, man.
Yep, the smoke and mirrors of the serpent, They had a pack back in the garden. Yep. They felt good. Surely ye shall not die. That's how they feel. They feel safe and secure as long as they're around Esau. Well, Esau just setting you up, man. Mm-hmm. You forgot Esau used whoever, however, until he get what he want, and he dispose of them. You ain't no better. All right.
Yeah.
You're supposed to protect them. Oh my!
There she go. You're a black king. You're supposed to protect. What?
Yeah.
That goes back to that dog keep jumping out of the fence. I'm not about the fence is the protection.
Right.
Where's there's no hedge?
Where there is no hedge. That is Sirach 36, verse 25. It says, "Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning."
Yeah. So where there's no hedge, all right. There the what is spoiled?
Where there is no hedge, there the possession is spoiled.
Yeah, and the scriptures also say what? He that getteth the wife getteth the possession. Okay, so where there's no hedge or there's no protection, yeah, the wife is spoiled, you know? But here it is. I'm putting up a hedge and you're tearing it down. And say, I'm supposed to protect you. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But you're bounded to stay within these boundaries. So when a woman is with a man has boundaries. He should have standards and boundaries and set those and let those be, you know. And that's what it is. I was just checking. I seen them looking at your car and shit. I'm just, making sure they ain't mess with it. Protection, Now, if the car was inside the fence, nobody would come inside the fence, most likely, to bother the car. They didn't bother it, you know what I'm saying? But you wouldn't be able to get close to the car because it's inside the fence unless you came across that hedge, So a lot of these women, they go outside the fence and say, you're supposed to protect me. No, this protection is this hedge right here.
Yeah.
Stay your ass inside the fence. Oh, well, I got to do this and do this and do that. Now, am I saying that women out there, you can't go out and about? No, it's a metaphor. Catch up, But as you can see, they didn't get out of his car. They decided to antagonize him and irritate him. And that's the energy that mainly the nigga woman bring. All right, these so-called black women, that's the energy that they bring. Predominantly these black women, I'll say. There's other women too, whatever. But predominantly it's the black woman. So-called black woman. You had anything yet right now? If not, let's get that Isaiah 32. Gotta speak up a little bit too.
This Isaiah 32 and verse 9.
Yep.
Verse 9, it says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech."
Yep. So this is what the Lord is saying. Rise up. Ye women are at ease because they're at ease because they do have decent paying jobs. They do have good credit to get this car and go on this vacation and have a credit card and make their life easier, right? But they ain't got the knowledge and the wisdom of the Lord. They ain't got the protection of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They don't have a man there to protect them, all right? That's what mainly happens in this society. Now, she might have, like he told the woman at the well, you got many husbands. But she might be humping on this dude and that dude, but she's letting them know neither one of y'all is my man. We might have fun together, all right, but that's it. But when shit hit the fan, she gonna need a man. She gonna be looking for him. She gonna be trying to call. The phones ain't working though.
Yeah.
You don't know where this man stay, because he was content with just knocking you down.
Right.
But when it hit the fan, you think he gonna come to your rescue?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah. He's there for a good time, not a long time. You can go ahead, Art.
It says, "Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech."
Yeah, and we warned all of these things be us warning the women. We warn men and children and nations and all of that, but it's the women who really do what they want. You know what I'm saying? That's why us brothers say you few sisters out there. You know? Go ahead.
God, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail and the gathering shall not come.
Yeah, that's what makes them careless because they feel as if they can do whatever to you and say whatever to you, and they'll just call the cops. You know, they'll call the cops on you. All right. So comfort causes you to be careless. They're comfortable in this society. They don't have a man. They can go to the state for financial aid. All right, or food stamps, housing grants. Uh, there's companies that help with light bills, depending on your situation. But even though you get all these things from Esau, you're dependent on a man for one, right? But even outside of that, he limits you. You can't make over this much if you want my help. I've personally heard someone say, "I'm tired of being limited." I'm about to get off of this Section 8 because I'm tired of being limited. When part of those limitations is what? You can't have a man in the house. you know? And that's why when Nero 47 came in and he revamped the food stamps and all of that, the governmental assistance. It's like, all right, well, if you want food stamps, you gotta have this, this, and this, and this, and this. You can't just have this.
Oh yeah, I remember they would go into the houses too.
Yeah.
And be like, "Oh, are these work boots?
Mm-hmm.
This another Afro pig?" And they would cut it off.
Mm-hmm. So when
So
Trump came in, he all right, well, we about to cut some of this funding. Right? All of these people on food stamps and they ain't working. Well, if you want food stamps, you gotta work some type. You gotta have some type of income.
Yeah. Hey, even the people that would die of cancer, he was like, "Hey, you still gotta work at least 20 hours a week to get your food stamps."
Now it seemed messed up to those type of people, but the ones who are able to do it, because you'll have women living off food stamps and child support, and they side hustle braiding hair, selling grease, selling hair grease that they made, calling the hair crack and shit. You go ahead. Oh, it says for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come, and the vintage goes into what? Your crops, predominantly your grapes. All right, but nonetheless, is that income is not gonna come how it used to. All right, that food is not gonna come how it used to, and that's part of it. You ain't a lot of the people that was getting $200-$300, $400 of food stamp. That shit got knocked down to $100. And then this is America we living in, so people not content with that.
Yeah,
that's not enough for them.
God, I got a precept one.
Yep.
This is Isaiah 32:12.
Oh well, we about to get there.
Oh,
yep. You can read 11. Matter of fact.
God, verse 11. It says, "They shall tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins."
Exactly. There you go. Tremble, ye women that are ease. Be troubled. Yeah, get into the mix. Ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, put you in an uncomfortable position. Right? Trust me, it'll be easier to walk in the middle of a crowd with clothes on opposed to none at all. Because you're gonna be covering yourself up. You're just gonna feel violated. So this strip you and make you bare, that's what's coming. Violation is coming. It says, and gird sackcloth upon your loins, because you're going to be going through a mourning state. It ain't going to be no more clubbing. Ain't no more staycations. You staying in your city, but you got a penthouse hotel, and you going to the club, and you coming back to the penthouse, and you done dropped your kids off at Nana house. You ain't checked up on them or nothing. You just living your best life for a little bit. Ain't gonna be none of that. All right. You're gonna be stripped of your lifestyle. You ain't gonna be able to get your box waxed, your mustache and your beard waxed. You ain't gonna get your nails done, your hair done, your makeup ain't gonna be. This is what's coming.
Yeah, and that's a big part of their facade is that fake up and lashes and all that. They're
That
gonna be
fake
looking
up.
regular
Yeah,
when all this shit's going down.
regular beasts.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Out.
God.
It remind me of the movie Gremlins. I don't know if you ever seen that, but some little ugly ass creatures. But you had one of them all dressed up. You know, had lipstick on and hairs, and that's how the women gonna be. You know, that makeup and that hair gonna go, and you gonna look like a completely different creature.
Yeah. God.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 32, verse 11. Tremble ye, Ursulaki. Just read that. Verse 12. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine.
You can get that because that's the one you wanted to get.
Basically those teats going into the breasts of the government that these women are sucking on. All those, like you mentioned earlier, SNAP benefits.
Yep.
Section 8, the thing where you gotta kick the man out of the house to get those different benefits is all gonna be gone. Like,
because here it is. They felt some type of way that he said y'all can't buy none of that bullshit no more. You can't buy candy and Debbie snacks and well, that's making your child healthier, stupid.
Right, it's good.
But you just focusing on the fact that somebody's telling you what you can't do.
Right.
So you have a problem with it.
She wants to be in charge.
She wants to be in charge.
And she wants the protection at the same time. You can't have it both ways.
They say you can't have your cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? So this is what it's coming down to.
Yeah.
This ain't even no he man woman hating lesson. This is just open your fucking eyes.
Yeah.
Cause shit's gonna hit the fan. It's prophesied to hit the fan, and it's looking pretty windy out. You know.
Hey, if we was a woman hater, we wouldn't even be telling.
Yeah, we just let it sneak up on you. But through the Spirit, right? For the ones who would listen, they'll listen, and for the ones who won't listen, they won't listen. Because it said, what did it say in Ezekiel? Whether they hear or forbear. Through the Spirit, we got a job to do. As a matter of fact, we about to hit the highways. And, Lord willing, we make it down there so we can continue to preach this word, man. But we wanted to get this lesson off. All right. Call Allah Yabashim al-Shai for allowing us to, giving us the spirit to do so. I know a couple brothers say that in their intro or their outro, and that's something that I want to start incorporating because it is the Lord that puts on our spirits these things that we speak, man, so he can get the message out there. So when he starts to bring judgment or continue to bring judgment, there is no I didn't know. Nah, you're going to know. The Lord's going to make sure everybody know and get that warning and have an opportunity. All right. Did you have anything else, huh?
Just a quick precept. Isaiah 32, going up to verse 2, it says, "And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land."
Yeah. So protection, shelter, cover. That's what a man is going to become. That's what a man is going to be. Now, are we saying that man is going to get you on a chariot? Not unless he's a man of the Lord and the Lord have it to where that is. But when shit start getting ugly out here, and a lot of these women, they ain't got no man, you're vulnerable. Especially because I can see them now letting certain prisoners out as long as they get the chip. Talking about men's been locked down 5 years and he coming out and it's you got history, man. Things happen throughout history. All right. Cannibalism happened throughout history. So this is the times that we're coming into. All right. Hey, so with that, Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure to the end. Once again, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakadash. Also want to give double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Once again, and blessings and salutations unto the elect of Yasharallah. Shalom.
Shalom.